This book uncovers the secret history of the first wave of psychedelic science, a radical field that sought to harness the power of psychedelic substances to explore human consciousness, pioneer groundbreaking therapies, and even transform global society. It is a story of human ingenuity and ambition, of triumphs and tragedies, and of a future that was always just out of reach. Like Man at the Crossroads, psychedelic science challenged the norms of its time, pushing the boundaries in ways that were both beautiful and unsettling. And like Rivera's mural, the legacy of psychedelic science has been painted over. There were good reasons for this mass forgetting: abuses of medical ethics, devil's bargains with militarism, and disillusionment with utopian promises. But before it became a failed utopia, it was a beautiful dream. Restoring it to view can help guide us in the present as we confront yet another crossroads between techno-utopian ambition and messy reality. The people and the events chronicled here formed the opening chapter of a mass improvisation with our own brain chemistry that continues to this day. Taken together, they make it clear that the first era of global experimentation with consciousness-expanding substances took place much earlier than commonly thought, in the 1920s through the 1950s, rather than the 1960s and 1970s. Put another way, Timothy Leary and the baby boomers did not usher in the first psychedelic era. They ended it. More than anyone else, it was the group of interdisciplinary scientists connected by the anthropologists Margaret Mead and Gregory Bateson in the years surrounding World War II who shaped the development of psychedelic research from the 1930s onward. This group included anthropologists, drug researchers, psychologists, neuroscientists, and pioneers of early computer science, brought together over a period of 2 decades in conferences funded by the Josiah Macy Jr. Foundation. This Macy Circle shared a commitment to applied interdisciplinary science that not only challenged conventional norms, but explicitly sought to create a new global culture. The Macy Circle was the seedbed for the flowering of psychedelic science in the 1950s, when substances like psilocybin, peyote, and LSD emerged as potential tools not just for calming anxiety or for aiding psychotherapy, but as a shortcut to transformative cultural change and expanded collective consciousness. This era of utopian drug research was not just located in the laboratories of scientists. It was a mass movement involving thousands of people in ways both hugely positive and enormously destructive. A Los Angeles housewife who took LSD on television in 1957 and turned to look into the eyes of an older male scientist, saying simply, "I feel sorry for you." A young man from Harlem who became an unwitting guinea pig in the CIA's illicit testing of psychedelics at a government facility in Kentucky. The NASA-funded attempt to teach dolphins how to speak that fell apart after the lead scientist began injecting both himself and the dolphins with large doses of LSD. Other psychedelic users in the 1950s included 12 men and women who volunteered to sample LSD in Baghdad, Iraq, 30 medical students in Budapest who spent the summer before the 1956 Hungarian Revolution injecting one another with a newly discovered psychedelic known as DMT, the Hollywood icon Cary Grant, and the writer Anais Nin, and a young Juilliard-trained opera singer and refugee from Nazi Germany who spent part of her LSD trip being interviewed by Margaret Mead regarding the possibility that psychedelics could unlock psychic abilities. Taken together, these stories cast a vibrant, surreal, and at times troubling new light, not just on the history of psychedelic science, but on the 20th century itself.